What if I told you you don't need to play Division I baseball to play college baseball in paradise? Today we're visiting Hawaii Pacific and it is right in the heart of Honolulu. We're gonna meet with the coaches, show you guys around the facility, and showcase one of the best programs in all of Hawaii. And we're gonna show you guys why choosing potentially a smaller school could be the best decision that you ever make. HPU is not a baseball powerhouse yet, but they have gotten better every single year since Coach Dane took over. We've arrived to HPU's practice field, and today I'm gonna be taking you guys through the field, but first we are gonna meet Coach Dane. This is his 5th season at HPU. He has coached at the Pro Ball level, the Division I level, and is now at the Division II level and turning HPU into a very, very good baseball program in the Pac West. So here we are.
What's up?
It's great to meet you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks for coming.
I'm excited to be here, excited to talk a little bit about the program that you guys are building.
Yeah, Dane Fujinaka, head baseball coach here at HPU. This is going into my 5th season. I came from the Toronto Blue Jays organization before this. Spent some time at a couple D1s I started my coaching career at Menlo College.
You guys are coming off one of the best seasons you guys have had.
Yeah.
I believe as like a school ever. I mean, you pretty much broke every offensive record. You have some really, really good players. So I want to talk a little bit about kind of what you've done since you came to HPU. And I think especially from a player perspective, what this program is and what it can offer to a lot of players.
I think the biggest thing for us was like creating like an identity for the program. We call ourselves the Kehi Boys, right? This is Kehi Lagoon. It's obviously got a Sandlot vibe to it, you know?
I love it, honestly. It's cool walking up. I was like, this feels very, like, between JUCO, D2, it just feels like fitting. And one of my favorite things about like being a D2 guy was the whole like, we'd always joke, it's like, it's gritty. And like at HNU even, the whole like, we didn't have locker rooms. Our gym had like one squat rack. But it was really cool to be able to see players kind of like group together and almost like embrace it.
Right.
And obviously I'm assuming that's something that you guys have been able to do as you're having really, really good seasons.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think that's the number one thing that I say in like the recruiting process is like, hey man, like you're coming here and if you don't get excited about like having to piece things together and you know, if you don't get excited about having a carpool from campus to the field and spending long days, you know, with each other and at a facility like this, and this probably is not the place for you. When guys hear that, they kind of get excited about it, you know, naturally. And some guys don't, and that's totally fine. And it's just that it's not a good fit if that's the case. Our guys, at the end of their experience, we ask them like, "What's the most memorable part of your experience here?" And it's the field and it's carpooling. The two things that most people have concerns about our program naturally. But
I think a lot of the times like facilities can be like such a thing that's pushed when you're getting recruited, and like it can be such a cool thing. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I think facilities are massively overrated from the standpoint of if a team has a culture, if they have buy-in, if they have a good head coach who is like, again, being a part of that program, that's always going to be more important to me than like having a really nice weight room. All right, so this is your guys' practice field, and then you have a stadium field that there's some construction going on there.
Yeah, they actually just finished it about a year ago now. So we played there this past season. It was super awesome to be able to get back there. It's called Hans Orange. It's the second nice stadium baseball field on the island.
I was gonna say, I remember playing there.
Super historic. They used to play Hawaii Winter baseball there. The city and county did a really nice job fixing up the parking lot and the bathroom.
So take me through kind of like what I guess like the 2026 season looks like right now.
Our guys will start coming back in on a campus like the end of August. We'll start up usually about September 1st, and we pretty much spend the whole fall out here. Campus is, I don't know if you can see that, but the tall buildings right across the lagoon. So it's close, you know, for a lot of our guys that live in town, and a lot of times we'll spend our inter squads. We'll head down to Hans just so that we can get used to the surface that we're gonna play.
Let's say you got the planes right here.
Yeah, we got the airport about 10 steps away there too. So.
And this is a normal thing that I was used to, but like your guys' school campus, practice field, stadium field, and like weight room and gym are all kind of at separate locations. They're all close, but like different locations.
Exactly. Yeah. So. You know, obviously, to a lot of people, that turns a lot of guys off naturally. It's a lot more inconvenient, and you know, I totally get it. But again, like, you know, for me, it's like I've seen so much growth with the kids of time management, of communication.
You got to actually schedule. You got to get car rides. In college baseball, there's like the baseball aspect of it, which is like the thing that everybody wants to do. But to be able to play college baseball, you also need to both academically, like be able to show up, pass your classes, do that, but also just like as a human being, you need to mature so that you can be on a team, you can bring something to the table, you can communicate with coaches. Like it is, I know for me, like from freshman year through senior year, I grew a lot as a baseball player, but like I grew more as a person.
If you can look past the rusty fences and the, you know, a little bit bumped on the infield, which honestly will make you a better player if you look at it that way. You know, I think we got a pretty good thing going here.
Yes, if you were talking to a high school player, somebody you're recruiting, what is like the player development side? Like what could a player expect from a development side here, whether they're a high school or a transfer player?
You know, one of the like I guess core values or principles that like I preach to our guys is like just having a growth mindset and wanting to get better. And you know, in the start of the fall, what we do is we come up with goals for every one of our guys. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
Every time you step in the field, you'll have a goal and like a purpose, and that's something that we'll sit down at the beginning of the fall with Coach Richie and the player, and
that's awesome.
Based on what their like low-hanging fruit is. And that's something that I got from the Blue Jays. Like, we had player plans for every guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a more of a pro ball thing than a D2 thing.
It is. But what we've seen like is guys show up with more energy because they know what to do. They know what they're trying to achieve, right? And then throughout the fall, we'll be able to track it and actually see if they're getting better. No matter what you're trying to do to get better at, whether it's weight, whether it's fielding a ground ball or hitting the ball harder, like you're gonna know exactly what you're trying to achieve and how to do it. I would say the reason why we've gotten better is because we've gotten guys that are talented but want to win more. You know, the player development side will take care of itself, but ultimately we're here to win a championship. And I would say, like, you know, if you're interested in winning, player development, and being a part of a great Hawaii culture, then I think it'd be a great fit for anybody. I
just want to thank you so much for your time.
Thanks,
and we're going to actually be going with Coach Richie, who we'll introduce here in a second. We're going to go check out the school campus, walk around it a little bit, and then we're going to take you guys to the Shark Tank as well and kind of show off the rest of HPU. But this was fantastic and super excited. I'll be obviously tracking you guys for 2026 and might have to come out for an actual game day.
Absolutely.
Would be a good spot to visit. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we're now on kind of like the side a little bit of the campus. Again, this campus has like restaurants built into it, has, I mean, just amazing scenery. We have the tower, but I mean, it's got to be the coolest campus I've seen. I know our campus didn't look like this. So I think one of the other things too, kind of like for you going from being a player to a coach, I guess what would be your advice to maybe like younger you, or like a player who, like you said, in high school maybe isn't the best player on their team and they want to play college baseball?
I was a very, very late bloomer, and luckily I had my dad who played college baseball, played at Air Force Academy, and he always preached to me like, hey, like, you're pretty undersized for your age and you're a pretty late bloomer, but like don't let that discourage you. Like just keep working hard, and it'll work itself out sooner or later. And I think one thing that I would tell them now is like, hey, like, you're doing a great job. Like, I think the younger version of me was very passionate about wanting to continue to play baseball. And I think ultimately the only reason I got to play college baseball is because I just showed the coaching staff I wanted to be here. And I
kept showing up.
Exactly.
Like, it's like a superpower. If you like, I think as a player, like one of the best things you can do is like continue to show up for yourself, for your team. Like if you show up, you will just naturally like become better than other players, even if that player is more talented. 100%. And I think it sounds like too, like HPU is a school that kind of wants those players too.
I love players who see this place as an opportunity to grow and also somewhere they can be proud of going to school at. And ultimately, like, when guys tell me they want it, it's like, okay, if you really want it, like I will demand that out of you. If you tell me that's what you want and you're gonna be here and you say you want to be great, like, I was in your shoes. You know, I was in. If we have guys who are, you know, maybe a little undersized, not performing the way they want to, maybe they're red shirts. I can pull them to the side and be like, hey, like, I know what it's like, because I do. I redshirted here. I know what it was like to not play. I know what it was like to be a bench player. I know what it was like to not get my opportunities. And I also know what it was like to get my opportunities and to
go
fail.
With it,
I know what it was like to succeed. I know what it was like to fail. I know what it was like to maybe not achieve the dream of playing professional baseball, but you know, I look at my career and like I have nothing to regret because I know I gave it everything I had, and ultimately I think that's what sports is. It's
I think it's the best. The best thing you could possibly do at the end of your career is like have no regret about how you did it. From like a team perspective, right now, I guess you guys had like best year you've had in a very long time, 2025. What are you guys kind of expecting 2026? What's the hope?
What's awesome that Coach Dane has done and our coach staff has really built is like, you know, our expectation now is to be that championship team. And every year we've made one step closer, you know, like my senior year in 2023, we were a half game out of the postseason. 2024 we made it and then went 0-2 and that was it.
Yeah.
This past year we fell, you know, 1 game short. We lost in the championships, and I think ultimately our goal is to take 1 step forward each year.
Well, I think one of the hardest things to do is like to build a winning culture is like the players need to actually believe that like you can win.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember being a part of teams that were like really, really bad, and you get like the whole like, guys, like our goal is to like win it all, and we're all like,
how are we gonna do
we
that?
should win. We got to go 500 first. Like,
Yeah.
But I think the fact, like you said, like 1 step at a time, you guys have gotten better every single year. And now it is one of those things, like for a player who's coming here, it's like, this is a winning program. So like you expect to win,
Yeah.
which I think from a mentality standpoint does change it as a player versus kind of showing up and like not really expecting to win.
It's like, oh, if we win, cool.
Great, yeah.
Now,
but
now
like,
it's like if we don't win, it's
yes,
like, oh,
and I think
that's
that
not
like
where we
that
wanna be.
flip is definitely a good thing for a program and for players as well. So,
Yeah.
all right. So you guys have a mix of obviously players from Hawaii, players not from Hawaii. What would be kind of like, I guess, your best advice to players who are maybe not from Hawaii, considering kind of going to HBU and what that experience might be like for them?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably one of the coolest experiences about being a player here and now a coach is that you meet players from all around the world.
Yeah.
I think at one point in my playing career and coaching career, we had players from Canada, Mexico, about 15 or 16 different states. We
Oh
had
wow, yeah.
2, now 3 players from Japan.
Okay.
One of them is actually like one of my best friends I made it in
Yeah.
college. And it's really cool to see the diversity of our program. I think a piece of advice I'd give to guys, maybe not from here, is that the culture and the experience that you have here, just being in Hawaii is very unique. We're a very family-oriented community. You know, Ohana means family. We really look out for each other. And if you're a part of our program, you're like a brother, a son to us. And ultimately, like, we want our players to remember that experience for the rest of their lives. Because I think like just having that level of appreciation and love for one another not only makes a difference now as a player, but once you're done playing, like you're gonna remember that experience for the rest of your life.
So I was going to ask as well about the shirt and what that kind of means to you.
When I played here, and a lot of times Hawaii Pacific, we talk a lot about what is our mentality, what is our culture, and I think what a lot of it was based off of is we don't have the nicest facilities.
Yeah.
So when you look at Kehi Bill, that's actually the name of our practice field, and we showed it on film earlier. You know, it's not the most beautiful place, at first glance, but you know, it's our home.
Yep.
It's a place that Hawaii Pacific baseball was built on, and no matter how far we go and no matter where the program, what heights we reach, like it's always based upon the people and the foundation that was at Keiki Lagoon. You know, it's gritty.
Yeah.
It's not the most like aesthetically pleasing, but it's like, hey, we've built All-American, we've built a postseason team, and hopefully, you know, our next goal is we built a championship team, and that field is the embodiment of what it's all about. So we don't need to have the most amazing facilities. We need to have like the most aesthetically pleasing things, but it's like at the end of the day, our goal is to win. Our goal is to build a great community and ultimately an experience that our players can love. And being Kehi built, like I asked my seniors, you know, like what does that mean to you? And it's like they know that, you know, it's gritty, it's tough. But when they leave, it's like it helped them become a better person.
Yeah.
And I think that's our
it
goal.
means a little bit more too.
Yes,
like it does mean a little bit more when you're the one taking care of the field. Like if you're the pitcher and you want the mound nice, it's your
You
job to
gotta
take
do it.
care of it. Like that's like a good thing. So I think it's awesome. That's great. If you're a baseball player who is looking for an opportunity to play at a college level, HPU is a school I would absolutely recommend. Do your research, reach out, but the best thing that I can say is find a school that wants you and that you want to be a part of. The baseball culture here is great. Comment what school you think we should go to next, and let's find a Division II school for you.